Hey, my name is Nick, and this is my first YouTube video. You might be here because you follow me on Instagram, Epic Danger, or you follow our documentary, The Beautiful Families Project. You might be here because you just follow my wife, or you could be here because you Googled something about trans folk and bam, here you are. But this is our first video. People have been bugging me for a while to start a YouTube channel, and to be honest, I've been mostly terrified because it's scary talking to a camera with no one else talking back to you, telling you if you're doing a good job or not. So here we are. I didn't know what to talk about, I didn't know what to say, and then someone said, why don't you just answer all the questions you get in your DMs on YouTube, and then you'll have a channel of things to talk about. So that's what we're gonna do. The very first question that I am going to answer is one that I get a lot. I get it from all sorts of people who want to be good friends, good allies, good support people to the trans folks in their lives. And the question is this: help. This person in my life has come out as trans and they've changed their pronouns, and I keep fucking it up and I don't know how to do a better job. Can you help me? I get this question probably every day. And the answer is, it kind of is a little bit tricky, because I think the easiest way to understand why someone needs, and to respect someone's pronouns is to understand why it matters and how it feels when you don't. So I always like to explain to people that it's true. Sheing me is not the end of my world. I won't die tomorrow because of it, but it does hurt. And it's not the end of the world, but when it happens over and over again, it can feel like it. So I like to explain it as in every time someone misgenders me or uses the wrong name or the wrong pronouns, that it feels like someone's stepping on my foot. So sure, someone can step on my foot once this week and it's no big deal, right? But if someone has stepped on my foot 30 times today and my foot is a little bit, black and blue, and then someone steps on it really hard tomorrow, maybe they stomp on it on purpose, and then the day after, or a minute after, or an hour after, someone comes along and just gently grazes it, it can feel excruciating. And that is what being misgendered and having the wrong pronouns used and the wrong names used can feel like over and over and over again. And so the number one way I think to, figure that out and use the right pronouns is just to actually stop and think about it, and think about what would it feel like if someone were to use a name or a word for you that made your skin crawl every time, and put yourselves in those shoes. And then I think the next really huge thing that you can do to support your loved ones is by holding each other accountable so it's not their job. So if my kids or my friends or my parents would misgender me in the beginning, I asked them to hold each other accountable, because it takes it from being this thing where I have to feel the shame and embarrassment of correcting you on my pronoun, and it takes it off of me and it puts it in between the people that are the support people. It puts it around those people. So instead of me having to feel deep shame and embarrassment about being like, oh, he, it means so much more to me for someone else to do that labor for me. Whether that means that it is while I'm around or when I'm not. That the number one way to fix it is to correct each other. So if you have a trans kid and you want to know how to gender them better and use the right pronouns more regularly, calling each other out on it, mom and mom, dad and dad, grandma and grandpa, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, calling each other out on it is the quickest way to fix it. So don't let it slide. This doesn't mean that it has to be this really intense, let me sit down and have a conversation with you about this pronoun. It can be as simple as just correcting them. So instead of he, it's they. So if I were to say, oh yeah, my best pal Kato, he was going to the park that day, someone would just say, oh, they. sorry, pardon, what? And I would say in response, and they'd be like, oh, you said he, but you meant they. And I would go, cool, thanks for that. And that would be it, and we would just move on. When you step on someone's foot, you don't have to apologize for hours and weeks. That makes it more awkward. You just have to say, ooh, so sorry, my bad, he, or they, or she, and move on from the situation, okay? It's not a hard thing. We just have to practice. The easiest way to practice getting it right is to call each other on it. So that's my advice. That's what I think you should do. It doesn't have to be a hard thing. It doesn't have to be awkward. It's just owning it, owning your mistake, and moving on. If you want to know more little tips and tricks like this, if you want to have more conversations, hit me up in the comments, say hi, subscribe, follow. We super appreciate it. My dog's in the background making terrible noises. Never record YouTube videos with dogs. All right, we'll see you later.